Let's go!
Goose Harag? What the hell is that? Is that the new monster? There was a whole bunch of stuff that was put up that I didn't even realize. Okay, let's just check this out. Just start it up. So I need to get versed with what the hell's going on with Manster Hanster. Although I have very little effect on Monster Hunter stories. It doesn't look bad though. It's just a Monster Hunter like single player JRPG is exactly the opposite of what I want to do. Like perfectly the opposite. It's Monster Hunter but Pokemon? That interests me even less.
Now, let's have a look at the latest information on Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. But before we jump into the details, check out the new trailer.
Oh god. Oh god. Apparently I have to watch this. Apparently this is like
Your grandfather, Red, was a fine, upstanding
Strider in it or some shit. Yes. My video glitched out. Suddenly I'm watching the Monster Hunter Rise part. I don't get it. No, it was like a 7-minute portion that was glitched out. I don't know why.
Let's dive into the latest info on Monster Hunter Rise.
Okay.
Which releases on March 26th.
All right.
We have a new trailer for you today, so
yes, you
take
do.
a look.
Okay. Glitched out. What do you want, chat? Come on. Is that Nargacuga? Have they shown that yet? Zinogre's in there. Damn, this sounds like a less epic version of the damn Monster Hunter World theme. How weird.
This is gonna be good.
That's different. Interesting.
A huge pack of monsters in a giant stampede. They attack the village in a frenzied rage. Nobody knows why this happens, but it came close to wiping out our village last.
For gameplay reasons, it just does. Jesus, I like this one. I think this is one of my favorite newer monsters. I think it's a newer monster. The weird, like, bipedal bear. Some of this stuff looks like it was taken from the PC version. That does not exist yet. I swear. That thing looks terrifying. Holy hell.
You are what I call a true hero.
Seeing you face the calamity has given us so much hope.
Don't know if I want it to be in English. I'm still debating. Does he get to choose between Monster Hunter language, Japanese, and English? Still debating. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know if I saw that one with Gunlance before. Jesus, so much damn mobility. It's amazing. Good lord. Magnamalo looks pretty cool. I like his color scheme. What the hell? Thing's got a huge mouth.
Monster Hunter Rise will finally be released on
Finally.
March 26th. First, let's talk about the Wire Bug, which brings a variety of new actions to Monster Hunter Rise.
Jesus, dude, this shit looks so cool. You're like reminded of all the crazy ass shit the Wire Bug can do.
For instance, by using the Wire Dash to move around quickly and even fly through the air. You can also run along high walls until you run out of stamina. Each of the 14 weapon types has its own unique set of attacks using the wire bug called silk bind attacks. You can also use the wire fall feature to dodge after taking damage.
This is making me want to play again, damn it.
The wire bug adds a lot of mobility to your moveset like this. Now I'd like to talk about switch skills, a completely new feature to expand your hunter's moveset.
What?
As you progress in the game, you'll unlock the ability to switch out certain regular attacks and silk bind attacks at will.
What?
To create your own hunting style.
Wait, what? Custom movesets? What?
The full game will have additional silk bind attacks that weren't in the demo, so
oh my
please
god.
look forward to that.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And then there's Wyvern Riding, a new feature that lets you bind monsters and control them.
You can change their normals as well? It said normal and special attacks. What the hell? That's crazy, dude. That's crazy. Anyway, wow. This game definitely has like the most gameplay elements of any of the Monster Hunter games at this point.
You can ride on its back and it will attack monsters as well. Of course, the Palicos are back too to provide various kinds of support. In single player,
yeah, they're essentially hunter arts from the previous games, but like even more.
But in multiplayer, each hunter can only bring one buddy along. So you'll
Damn,
have to choose
all this dog armor.
a Palico or a Palamute.
All right. Everything's sounding very good. It's crazy that they've held some of this stuff secret until the very end, even though we pretty much knew that was going to happen from the trailers. They didn't officially announce it.
Shrine Ruins. Flooded Forest.
Interesting. Like a temple forest? Cool.
Sandy Plains.
That name sucks.
Lava Caverns.
What? What are these names?
Each locale has its own unique characteristics.
What?
This
What?
game also introduces
Some places sound all cool, some places sound all lame.
that increase your hunter's stats or otherwise
Like, where are the,
help
like the
out
names
during your
of
hunts. Make sure you search every
like the
nook and
Monster Hunter
cranny for
World
these creatures.
names, like for
You might
example,
find something
that's
unexpected.
some of like the coolest names for some of their areas. Weird.
Each locale has new monsters with their own unique ecologies. Almudron.
That's a mud monster? Oh, that's the thing we saw in the trailer.
Rachna Kadaki.
I mean, Ancient Forest wasn't anything special, but like Rotten Vale is one of the best names for an area ever. Gos Harag.
Bishuten.
Bichuten? It's got like fruit? Oh my god, it literally chucks fruit at you.
Somnican. Tetranodon.
Yeah, this is one of the newer, like, I think brand new monsters. Brand new.
Aknasom.
You see, I kind of like this one because not everything is like either a dragon, you know? So many things ended up being dragons in Monster Hunter World. Like a lot of monsters ended up just being like either dragons or dinosaurs.
Great Izuchi.
Dragon Hunter World. I didn't mind it because a lot of them looked really cool.
And of course, Monster Hunter Rise's flagship monster, Magnamalo.
Very Nergigante in appearance, you know?
It's also
In terms of
known
like
as the
brute type.
Wyvern of Malice, an extremely aggressive fanged wyvern that pursues its prey relentlessly. Of course, many fan-favorite monsters also make their return. We already announced Rajang,
Oh, good. Ah, get it away!
and
Good.
Rathalos previously. But today we showed off Nargacuga and Zinogre as well.
Zeno's gonna be in every single game,
Now,
I swear.
Mr. Ichinose, the director of the game, will tell you a bit more about the Rampage.
Oh, good. Now we can actually get some, like, raw details on what the hell this is. This has been teased for so long.
Hi everyone, I'm Yasunori Ichinose, the director on Monster Hunter Rise. It's good to be here again. The Rampage is a quest type where you protect Kimura Village from hordes of monsters. You have to use hunting
Wonder how the rewards
installations
differ
to
for
repel
this.
them and keep the stronghold safe. The quest is complete.
How the hell
when
is the
all
Switch
of
supposed to
hordes have
handle
been
this shit?
repelled, or when the final major threat has been
That is a
vanquished.
huge Rathian.
You start off by using the prep time before the monster invasion to place your hunting installations.
This is gonna be good.
Dude, this UI is occupying
Make sure
the
you place
screen.
them efficiently. When the counter signal is activated, your hunter's attack will increase dramatically. So that's your sign to get up close and personal.
Oh, so get off the guns and go mess them up. That's a good incentive, because I'm like, if they're just sitting on turrets the whole time, this is gonna be pretty boring.
Village will join as well and provide invaluable backup.
Yeah, I can't see shit with the UI.
There are also extra powerful monsters that lead the horde, known as major threats and apexes.
Do not let it pass.
The goal is to defend the stronghold and
You know what's
repel
happening?
monsters.
To make the system actually support the frame rate, it looks like the resolution is
Climb
dynamically
alongside the
dropping
village's
pretty hard.
defenders and make sure no harm comes to the village.
It's getting a little fuzzy.
Quests in Monster Hunter Rise are divided into single-player village quests and hub quests that can be played solo or in multiplayer. Talk to the respective quest maidens to take on the quest you like.
The quest maiden.
In multiplayer, you can use an online connection or a local connection to assemble a group of up to 4 players in the same lobby. Any player in the same lobby can take on a quest from the quest board in the Gathering Hub.
Well, I like the way the quest board looks. That's cool.
You can use shortcuts to join quests in the lobby, even if they're already underway.
I'm already very
There
much
are
digging
4
the
levels
aesthetic
difficulty depending
of the
on
game.
number of players. And the
It's so much
difficulty
different than
will
World,
adapt
you know?
on the fly as players join or leave.
Oh, good. Thank you. Yes, we do live in 2020 and beyond.
If you're playing Hub Quest solo, you can use join requests to match up with other players via online communication.
The same sort of system.
Use this if you're having trouble completing
So this is
Hub
coming to
quests
PC,
on
but it's
your
going
own.
to take about a year after this comes
Players
out.
can also add a Hunter Connect tag to match up with other players who have the same objectives
2022
or play
for
style.
the PC version, most likely.
You can create your own Hunter Connect or join one made by another player as long as you're invited. You can also invite other players yourself to any Hunter Connect you've joined.
The leak initially said that it was coming 6 months later, but the leak information is like a year old at this point. So that shit most likely got delayed because of COVID.
When you complete a quest in multiplayer, you can send likes
I'm not
to
waiting for the
other
PC
players
version, nah.
using the directional buttons
I'll take video
before
game instead of
returning
no
to the
video
village.
game. I want to play
If
now
two players give a like to each other, they'll become mutual likes.
and just hope that
making
it has
easier
crossplay,
to
you know?
Find each other's lobbies directly. Let's have a look at the camera feature, which allows you to take pictures on your hunts.
These creepy ass
You can zoom
Tanuki.
in and out and adjust the composition. The picture will display the name of the creature you photographed.
Yeah, cross save would be the best bet.
You can view your pictures on
Monster
your
Hunter's
Nintendo
never had
Switch
that, or
console
cross-play,
or in
you
the
know?
in-game album.
Crossplay would essentially mean that they would
If
have
you
to do
want to take
cross
a
save as well, I
selfie,
think.
This adorable little creature will help you out.
Holy crap, there's an owl with a camera. That's amazing.
Today, we announced the release date for Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin. If you've played this game, you can unlock the default rider armor as layered armor.
Oh, there are some
in
that actually have
Monster
crossfit but don't
Hunter
have cross save. Weird. Weird. They might be wanting to, yeah, maybe test the waters for that before Monster Hunter World 2. Because you know that's being worked on in the background right now for sure.
On the game's release date, including hairstyles, face paint, and NPC voices for your hunter, as well as layered armor
Samurai?
for your buddies. But we have another surprise in store. The limited time demo that was made available in
Oh, I heard
January
about this.
will
Yeah,
make
it's getting
grand
updated.
return on the date shown on screen.
Get to play it again. Chat, if you think the next Monster Hunter, the next like big one that isn't this one, is going to be named anything but Monster Hunter World 2, I need to remind you, Monster Hunter World is the best-selling Capcom game of all time. It 150,000% is going to be called Monster Hunter World 2.
Taking it down won't be easy.
It having an internal documented name by their internal leaks of Monster Hunter 6 is only for internal reasons. Or Monster Hunter 5. It's going to continue the world aesthetic 100%.
To add the Magnamalo quest and to reset your remaining number
Monster
of
Hunter
tries
5
as well,
World 2.
so you can start afresh.
That's a long way out. That's like some 2023, maybe 2024 shit. Monster Hunter Infinite, go to hell. Just go to hell.
You might want to start with those.
Yes, he's talking about all the stuff in the demo. Yeah, I don't know, in no way do they drop the world surname.
For our final bit
To
of
me.
news for today, have a look at the following trailer.
What? We're talking about free title updates already before the game's out? Is it a ghost monster? What the hell is going on? Chameleos? Chamalamalos? That's actually kind of sick. Wait a minute. Was this... Is this a new monster, or is that from Generations Ultimate? That's a classic?
We are planning free updates for after the game's release.
Freedom
The
Unite?
first update
Damn.
will include several new
PSP games.
monsters,
Holy shit.
such as Chameleos, which we announced today.
Chameleos?
It will also unlock your hunter rank.
Why not
cap
add it
and
now?
add some
Probably because it's not
related
done.
features. We will tell you about other updates at a later time.
Usually things are released after they're done.
Let's look at the product info for Monster Hunter Rise one more time.
Oh god.
The game releases on Friday, March 26th, 2021.
Oh god.
There will be both a standard edition and a deluxe edition containing recommended DLC.
Right.
On the same day, we will also release 3 different amiibo.
Cute.
As a pre-order bonus, you can also get layered armor for your Palico and Palamute,
Cute.
as well as a novice talisman that'll help out during the early stages of the game. Make sure to pre-order
Novice
so you don't
talisman.
miss out.
Is that the equivalent of Guardian armor? Huh.
We hope you
Probably not
enjoyed
that bad.
today's show. To reiterate, Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin is releasing on Friday, July 9th, 2021. And Monster Hunter Rise will be available on Friday, March 26th.
Oh, there was actually a novice talisman on World as well. It's like a charm. I see. Super minimal, like, effect. It just helps a little bit. Like divine protection. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, there's got to be more.
We need you to do everything you can to protect the village from the oncoming.
Rampage.
Defend the stronghold by combining tactical use of hunting prowess,
Jesus Christ,
weaponized
this bear is coming at you.
and both human and AI allies on the battlefield. This quest type requires you to think on your feet, as the odds and number of monsters are definitely stacked against.
Wonder how the rewards are different.
Monsters will attack in hordes, allowing you few precious moments to orchestrate a plan to keep the village safe. Throughout the stronghold, you'll find several pods where you can set up a varied arsenal of hunted installations, such as cannons, ballista, and more.
This is not 40 minutes. No, this is like 3 minutes. We're good.
Be sure to check monsters' icons for clues.
Yeah,
on how
monsters in
best
this
to counter
quest
their
seem to be
attacks.
Gold Crown associated. Like they
Monsters
have
with the
a,
blue
they are
icon
effing
focus their
huge,
attacks on
dude.
barricades and gates. They need to be dealt with
Like a
as soon as
Rathian showed
possible.
up, and it was the size
Monsters with the
of
red icon are
much
especially
bigger
aggressive
creatures. I was like,
towards
what the
hunters.
hell?
Watch out for their attacks as you try to defend the gates.
Okay.
Monsters with the green icon shoot projectiles from afar. Dispatch them quickly to keep your installations safe.
Oh, like so specifically turret creatures, and then moments where
Major
you're supposed to
threats
engage.
Are the most dangerous monsters in each horde. Once they approach the stronghold, they should become a priority target for you and your team.
This is tower defense in a way,
Apex
yeah.
monsters pose the biggest threat during a rampage. They must be repelled at all costs. If the main gates come down, you fail the quest. To clear the quest, you need to protect the stronghold by repelling the onslaught of all hordes, major threats, or sometimes apex monsters until the very
Thing just pieced out. What the hell?
Successfully repel monsters and complete side missions to level up your stronghold, gain access to new installations, and earn better rewards. Once the counter signal is activated,
Oh.
Hunter's attack power will increase
Oh.
dramatically.
So you can
It's your cue to
progress
draw your weapons and
the
jump
actual
into action.
stronghold itself and get new stuff or level it up in some ways to make it
Even your
more
friends from
defensively
Kimura can
capable.
Chip in and dish out some big damage. Each
Weird.
of them can only help out once per quest, so be sure to call them in at the right time. Are you ready to face the hordes of monsters and protect Camera Village? Monster Hunter Rise launches on Nintendo Switch March 26, 2021.
Cute. I mean, the mode looks like fun. I'm curious, like, how it's going to be incentivized. Like, if there's no carbs, how is that going to work out, right? Curious.
In this video, we're going to take you through how you're going to be spending your time in your adventure in Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah, maybe decorations. I don't even know if decorations are going to be working the same as they did in the previous game, really.
In Monster Hunter Rise, Camera Village is under threat of the Rampage. And it's your job to prevent...
I think it all really depends on how good the rewards are, you know? How much fun it is, how good the rewards are. Decos are actually craftable now and not random drops? Wow.
Once you
They
select
technically
your
were in the
quest from
previous
below the
game, but
quest
it was still
label,
random.
Make sure you've bought and stocked up on necessary items. As well as visiting Yomagi at the tea shop to eat some empowering bunny dangos. Vigilant hunters know how important careful preparation is for successful hunts.
I wonder if they're going to simplify or change the system of ingredients, right? Like how to get the ingredients that you need to get the things that you want. It was a little, it was slightly cumbersome in the previous game. You had to like do some research and shit like that to
While
figure out
tracking
what
your
you needed
prey,
to actually
be
get.
sure to gather endemic life and learn the lay of the land.
That's cool.
Once you track your prey,
They're actually changing that? I mean, that makes sense. It's one of those things that felt convoluted for the sake of just being kind of convoluted.
Of a monster's moves and the surrounding environment.
If you
will
want
aid
certain
in
buffs, it was kind of like, okay, so how do I get this buff and also get attack up and then also maybe get my HP up? It could be kind of weird to figure that
Quest
out.
complete. After a successful hunt, Make sure you carve the monster to acquire valuable materials.
This thing melts. This thing melts dead in a very weird way.
Character's progression is tied to your gear, which is
What's
mostly
happening?
crafted from monster.
Is there a creature inside of it? Get that. What the hell are you guys showing?
Village, visit Hammond
The hell are you guys showing?
Crafting weapons and armor.
Did Monster Hunter start out on NES or PlayStation? It started on PlayStation 2
skills based on the
in
monsters
like
you fight.
2005-ish.
This, coupled with
Maybe
your own hunting
2004.
experience gained from each quest, will make you a better hunter each time.
NES. Yeah,
With tougher threats
2004.
approaching, you'll need stronger gear to take on
I
these
tried
foes.
it and I hated it. I hated it so much
Once
that
geared
it
up,
made me
you're
never
ready to
really.
take on the
Anytime I came back to it, it sort
Grab
of
a
had a
quest,
big influence on
prepare
my
for the
opinion of the
hunt,
game,
track down
all
your
the way
next
into
target,
Monster Hunter
and
World,
reap
where I
the
actually
rewards.
found it like
With a
acceptable and
plethora of
fun.
armor, weapons, and gear to chase,
Monster Hunter
it's
World was the
truly
first
up
time I
to
ever
you
really
to
enjoyed
make your
Monster Hunter.
hunts your-
Okay, Ghost Harag.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another look at gameplay in Monster Hunter Rise for Nintendo Switch.
Bullfango? That sounds very familiar.
Today, we'll be hunting using
Granted, I
the
played this
Charge Blade,
once.
one of Monster Hunter's
I played Monster Hunter 1
technical
once, like 16 years ago. So I couldn't even. And then we played it again on video games.
Each weapon type
We
in
barely got
Monster
to the point where we got
Hunter Rise
meat.
has access to customizable movesets,
Yo, what?
known as switch skills. This flexibility allows you to optimize your approach and playstyle during hunts.
This is crazy. Dude, there's going to be certain matchup charts per weapon per monster that are going to be good. Like this switch
Using
skill
our
works
paladin
great
will allow us
against
to
this
track down
monster.
threat.
Use this against this monster because it counters that. You're going to be flipping things all the time. Damn, that's dope.
In Monster
That's
Hunter
real.
Rise,
That is
your
like
initial
a
visits to
crazy amount of
freshwater
gameplay
towns
freedom that I
have
was
been
not ready for this
shrouded.
game to have.
But careful exploration will slowly reveal the nature of your surrounding environments.
What I
and
kinda
record
dig
findings
about
for future hunts.
Monster Hunter Rise is that outside of like graphics and technicality, I guess it is carrying a lot of the technical performance that made World really great and what people like about it. But what I was not prepared for is that Monster Hunter Rise seems to expand, evolve, and open up the player expression in terms of how you use weapons, how you approach monsters, and how you move around more than ever before. I want to see Charge Blade switch it up. It's got red. I want to see it. I want to see it. Holy shit! Oh my god! I love it. Go back. Do it again. You got hit. Do it again.
Devastating result.
Oh, fuck!
Hunters will want to effectively store and manage the use of charge
Damn.
files to
That
ensure
shit was
they are both
charging.
effective and
Shit turned
able
into a
to
pizza
charge
cutter. I love it. Is this a sequel to World? In almost every way. Outside of raw graphical quality, right? Graphics are obviously not as good. But in terms of gameplay and in terms of everything else, yeah, the timer is going down. It's not really going down much more. Yeah, the Mounted Punisher, I think, immediately skips it to the end. I'm actually kind of curious on the difficulty of the game, because historically, there's so much stuff in Monster Hunter World to, like, aid the player that it can make it, like, including mantles and stuff like that, that it can make the game much easier in comparison to some of the previous games. So I'm curious now, with so much at the player disposal in this one, how that's going to counteract with the way a lot of the monsters are. I know there's no mantles, but I mean, granted, no mantles, but an absolute shit ton of mobility. In my opinion, more mobility is way more valuable than just a mantle that makes you better for 90 seconds or something. But I am kind of curious how they are going to take Rise and the monster challenge
The plethora of armor, weapons, and gear for you to chase is truly up to
and sort of
you.
make that work out with everything. Yeah, mantles are lame because it makes your gear go away, and you're wearing a mantle for most of the hunts. They said they've already kind of built the monsters with the wire bug in mind, that they gave them new moves because of it. That's great. That's all you really want, right? I actually don't even think if I would have minded that Monster Hunter World was a little bit harder. I think some of the most memorable hunts in World were some of the hardest ones. Fatalis was incredible.
To the world of Monster Hunter.
And Extremith, those are all really memorable fights. Extremith felt a little cheap, right? I'll just say myself. Alatreon's also good, but Alatreon for us as a team wasn't that bad. For me, I think Fatalis is like the perfect monster. Literally the perfect monster. Oh no, I'm definitely not a Monster Hunter true fan. I wear that like a badge of honor. I wear it like a badge of honor that most of the Monster Hunter games before World looked really cool, but I could never get into them because of weird, complicated, lack of quality of life elements that were present in World. Made it very difficult for me to try to enjoy those games. There was one thing that like absolutely sold me on Monster Hunter. There was like a moment in the very early 2017 beta for the game.
Fury shit.
Oh my god! Wow. I hit him and he fucking... What the fuck? This game is awesome! Oh my god! Holy fucking shit! Oh, shock trap this motherfucker! Shock trap!
Oh my god, that was sick!
Let's go, you motherfucker! Oh! I think at that moment, I think just from that moment, there was a lot of people that were immediately sold on Monster Hunter. just shit like that is enough. Like, let's just make big epic. Let's allow people to discover big epic moments, you know? And my fate was sealed. Played the game for 3 years straight.